Hello. I'm going to apologize right off the bat. I don't necessarily have any value to deliver you on this episode of the podcast. Instead, I just want to take a few minutes to kind of just speak with you. This might be really short. It might be really long. I honestly don't know. We'll see how this basically goes. So I won an award last night. So today's Sunday. I won the award on Saturday. You're going to see this on Monday. So it's my last night. It's a couple of nights ago for you on Monday, listening to this, watching this on YouTube. And the award isn't necessarily what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that if you've been following me, you'll know that I was in an accident the weekend before. And we were really, really lucky to kind of walk away from an accident. Considering the speeds involved, we're very, very lucky. And I've been stressed over the past week because I've got to replace my car, which I could have done without the hassle. But the biggest thing is that we are healthy. And that really kind of put into perspective the fact that, a lot of the time we prioritize things that are replaceable over the things that are not replaceable. And so when you fast forward to this weekend, where I've just won an award, I won the Role Model of the Year award at the MBCC Awards. And it's very, very unexpected. And actually the title itself, Role Model of the Year, it sounds so grandiose that it's almost embarrassing to say that as well. Role Model of the Year. I mean, Role Model of the Year? I don't know. I really don't know. Do I see myself as a role model? I don't know that I'm perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. Are there things that I hope people take from my journey and from my story and what I do? Yes, 100%. Does that make me a role model of the year? I guess what I'm trying to say here is that awards are great. And I've won a handful of awards over the past 2-3 years now. Awards are great. This one in particular, though, it felt a little different because of the title of the award, Role Model of the Year. I've had Best Finfluencer. I hate that word, Finfluencer, financial influencer. So that's speaking directly to what I do on a day-to-day basis here on a podcast and obviously on YouTube and across other things, right? Other channels. But Role Model of the Year kind of expands beyond my work. It suggests that I'm having an influence in other areas, which is hard for me to quantify. But the award isn't really the big reward. There were so many people at the ceremony yesterday that came over to speak to me, and there was one person in particular. I didn't get her name, and she told me how the videos that I've made here on YouTube and obviously on the podcast, the episodes on the podcast have helped her personally with her view of pensions and how important they are, where previously she discounted them. And it's moments like those, it's getting DMs on Instagram or getting emails with people saying thank you, that the podcast has helped, the YouTube channel has helped, now the book has helped reframe their thinking, or has helped them achieve goals. I've had a number of people this year messaging me saying, I bought my first home. Thank you so much for everything you did. That really is the real reward, because that is the reminder that I need to keep me going when it's really, really difficult. And this year has been difficult. I mean, it's been very, very difficult. And it might not look like that from the outside looking in. I think for the most part of this year, a lot of people would have seen stuff happen with the book, me doing TV, and all of that is great on the surface of things. It's definitely something that I've wanted to do. TV is a big dream come true. Writing a book is a big dream come true. And I just wanted to take the time on the podcast to say that thank you, really. Thank you to you. You're the reason why all of this has happened. And it's not without, gratitude that I view any of what's happened over the past 3 years as just being my sole endeavors. If you didn't watch, if you didn't listen, if you didn't read, if you didn't comment, if you didn't subscribe, if you didn't follow, if you didn't message, email. None of this really would be possible. So I guess I owe you gratitude. I owe you a thank you. And that's really what this episode is about. And also just to kind of, take stock. We are now at the end of 2023. And so it's weird to say that because it feels like we were January 1st, like literally yesterday. And 2024 is around the corner. It's going to be 4 years, the 4th year of what I'm doing here. And if I'm honest, I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm a little apprehensive, actually, around what's going to happen in the new year. There are certain things that I have done this year that maybe in another world I wouldn't have done, because if I think about the core of my efforts and the core of my endeavors being my outlets, my channels, some things have been a distraction, and that has been reflective in the growth of the YouTube channel, the growth of the podcast here. And if I could fix it, if I could go back and undo certain things, there'll be one or two things that I probably wouldn't have done. And so 2024 is all about getting back to basics, refocusing. I want to ensure that I'm still making content that I guess is useful, is valuable. And I hope to be able to get feedback, and I don't mean feedback, but the interaction that tells me that it's useful. It's so hard on social media to be able to gauge it. If it's just by likes and comments, I think I failed massively this year. That's how I feel. And I need to fix that next year. I view likes, comments, those kind of things as a nod that, okay, you've done good work. And if that is the measure, I really do feel like I failed this year. And I just want to finish this and just say, look, it's been 3 amazing years. It's been tough. It's been stressful. Oh my God, it's been stressful. You may not have necessarily have seen any of this on the YouTube channel or heard about it on the podcast or even on Instagram, but it's been extremely stressful. And I know that many of you are following, looking, watching the journey. And one of the reasons why I talk about my journey so much is because, in all honesty, it's hard to quantify what I do. When someone asks me what I do, I don't really know what to say. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a podcaster, I write books, I have a book, or I'm an author, and I've done a little bit of TV. Is that really a profession? I don't know that it is. I feel like a hodgepodge of all different things centered around one thing, and that one thing is money. And money is boring. I've been told this a number of times by TV executives and production companies. It's boring, Pete. Don't want to make a program on this. And that's hard, man, because money is such an influential thing. Money is a cause for joy, distress, depression, anxiety, angst. But then it could be such a powerful thing. And we all have this emotive connection with money. I talk about money in that guides. And I try and use my journey, my story, to kind of draw relevance, to make it relatable. My parents came here in the mid-70s. Apologies. I try to use my story to make it relatable, but I guess maybe I'm not doing that effectively. I don't know. And I think one of the reasons why I won this award is not because of what I do day to day. It is because of my story, because I have been fostered, because of the hardship that I've been through, and all of those hardships leading me to this point. And this leads on to the point that I want to make in closing this episode. My journey has got me here, and none of the last 3 years would have happened without you. But with that being said, I've had to take the first steps in order to get you here, and you've carried me forward. I know that many of you will be looking into 2024, maybe not really aware or sure of what you want to do, but you know that what you're doing right now isn't really what you want to be doing. And I just want to give you some encouragement. There is never going to be a better time than now. You're never going to have the perfect conditions. If you have something that brings you to life, that gives you purpose, and you know you want to pursue that, it might be on social media, it might be doing something else, I don't know. Seriously think about taking that step in the new year and take that leap of faith. And trust me, it's going to be a leap of faith. It's not going to be smooth sailing, but trust me, the biggest thing that I get from what I do is the feedback, the emails, the messages, the DMs, the interactions with people when I'm out and about, people who stop me and tell me that I've made a difference in some way, shape, or form. That is the reward. That is the award. That is speaking to my purpose. And I want to encourage you, like really encourage you to pursue yours in 2024. Don't do it blindly. Don't just quit your job and make sure you haven't got any, footing. You need to make sure you've got footings. But pursue your dream. Because look, someone told me that I'll be winning multiple awards in 2020 when I started this out, and I'd be doing TV and I would have written a best-selling book. Never would have believed it. But I took the leap of faith in hope of what could be. And I hope that you do the same in 2024.